constant innovation, unparalleled education, groundbreaking global business education you'll find only at Oxford College of Business. That's because all we do, all we are, is business education.
The Elections Commission states that the distribution of ballot papers to residences for the upcoming local government elections will take place from the 18th of January to the 4th of February. Distribution of ballot papers will also take place on the 28th of January despite it being a Sunday. If any voters have not received ballot papers to their residence by the 4th of February, they can obtain ballot papers from the relevant post offices. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda expressed these views during a seminar on the implementation of media guidelines held at the Department of Government Information.
No one can resign after submitting nominations. 10% of the candidates don't have the national identity card and some of them provided the passport. So candidates will be allowed to enter polling stations without the national identity card. After marking the cross in front of the party or the independent candidates, fold the ballot paper, show the mark which is behind it to the SPO present and put the paper into the box. We rejected 52 nomination papers. None of them were rejected willingly.
The chairman of the Elections Commission also touched on the topic of media guidelines as well.
People take decisions based on voice cuts of 30 seconds. A newspaper puts out a headline quoting the chairman of the Elections Commission that it is possible to distribute goods during the election campaign. They show footage of parades and say the chairman of the commission declared them banned, but the police just stands by. I requested all television channels asking to send the footage of the marches. None of them sent anything. How can we take legal action? The silent period starts on the 7th of February. During that period, don't engage in political propaganda.
3 prominent UNP members representing the Kalaniya electorate, namely former Kalaniya Pradeshiya Sabha representatives Kanishka Samarasinghe and Norbert Pereira, and former Paligoda Municipal Councillor Lakshman Pereira, met President Maithripala Sirisena today and pledged support for the SLFP. Meanwhile, a group of United National Party members in Solama, Tambuttegama joined the Sri Lanka Freedom Party yesterday at a rally held under the patronage of SLFP General Secretary Duminda Disanayaka. In the meantime, public representatives of the Nuwareli Municipal Council claim that the map of the border between its 3rd and 4th electoral wards differ from what is defined in the delimitation gazette notification.
As an alternative, we have forwarded relevant documents to the Delimitation Committee requesting an amendment. Even if corrections are not made, it will not be an issue for the election. No injustice has been done to anyone.
Meanwhile, various views were expressed by politicians on the upcoming local government elections.
As justice should prevail, I would tell my leader that we must win the local government election and then establish UNP regime from the next day onwards. Maithripala Sirisena is the president of this country. No one can establish regimes according to their desires. If someone tries to do so, they will be able to see the results. They will lose what they already have. There are talks of both the parties being the same and that people will try voting for the JVP. The gentlemen from the UNP have nothing to say today. People know that just as they robbed the central bank after winning the central government, they will at least rob the rural banks if they win the Pradeshiya Sabhas.